Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Now today we've got another Premier League video. The Premier League is returning in a couple of days. Myself, the Offsiders, we're all very excited, and today we are ranking Premier League stadiums. George, what is the like target, mate?
Oh, I'm going to say a cheeky 349 likes.
So we have got elite, good, average, poor, and then demolished stadium. So we are going to kick it off. Okay, this is going to be all of our own opinions. So if you don't agree, comment down below. But we're going to start off with Bournemouth, AFC Bournemouth.
Yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one. It's not a very special stadium, to say the least. It's also the least capacity of a stadium by far in the Premier League. I think it's a little bit
capacity.
Like 12,000, I think.
Yeah,
12,000.
Nah, but I feel like
say
it's harsh to demolish them just based on a really tiny.
No, it's not harsh. I think that's what we should do, to be honest.
You think what, demolish?
Yeah.
No, I
it's a
say
League
put it
One
on
stadium.
poor.
Demolish.
No. You're
I would say put it on poor. Because it's not a great stadium, granted.
Yeah.
But maybe then you can say it right. I've never been to Bournemouth. From the fans that have been, they're close up to the players all the time. Like they're in the action basically.
Yeah.
Hold fans love that. So
hold on.
You're close to players in non-league as well. So I mean, I don't know if that's a good argument for a Premier League stadium.
Also,
we're talking Premier League here. And they're already halfway to demolished if they've only got 12,000 anyway. So there's got. And you know, the thing they would actually have to change their stadium if they got into European place because the rules say they don't have enough seats, enough capacity. So that has to be demolished. For that very reason, the fact they have to move.
Wait,
why do you disagree?
I don't agree with that.
No. But you guys, have any of you been to Bournemouth before?
Yeah,
I haven't been to the stadium.
I've been to the Bournemouth before.
I have.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I still put it in the demolish.
What?
Oh.
No, you can't put it on demolish just because it's a low capacity ground. That's unfair.
Wait, exactly.
Yeah, but
I mean, no offense, but your stadium isn't particularly the greatest. But I don't want to put it on demolish.
Wait, hang on, we'll get onto that for a second. What I'm confused at here. Are we ranking the stadium's capacities or the stadium itself? Because surely if it's capacity, then that makes no sense. Then you're going to put Man United top.
Okay, can I?
No.
Can I just say
we're ranking? Hold on, we're ranking Premier League stadiums.
Premier League.
There is Premier League stadiums.
Thank you, George.
Bournemouth hardly passes as a championship stadium because of their size.
Hang on a second.
So they quite literally would have to physically demolish their stadium if they got into European place.
I'm putting my foot down on this. I'm putting my foot down on this because if you had every single stadium that reached Premier League requirements, do you think that's going to be an entertaining league, an entertaining away day? All right, you're going to need some bit of poor stadiums in the league. And I feel like Bournemouth...
People can't get to the game,
I feel like their poor stadium is sort of needed as a way to exist when we're playing the next fixture, you know?
Alright, okay. Alright, lads.
Right, where are we going to put it?
But no one can go to it.
Boys, we're going to move on. We're going to have a vote, okay? George.
I think it looks alright, but if we're talking Premier League stadiums, I'd say demolish because it's just
I'm putting it on
not the standard.
Like I don't rate it, but it's not great, but it doesn't deserve to be demolished.
Okay. All right, Bavs.
I'd say
we've got to be harsh in these things.
Josh.
Demolish for me. It's a nice, nice looking stadium. But
Alex, you liked it. Don't lie. You liked it.
I'm going to be brutally honest. Okay, I think the place itself is nice. The stadium, it doesn't meet Premier League requirements. It is very small. However, I think that would create a better atmosphere.
If Bournemouth fans were good.
There's no atmosphere.
But obviously we're ranking stadiums. It's tough. I'd put it in between if I could, but I'm going to go in demolish.
You were 2 minutes ago saying
it's not
don't put it on demolish. Now all of a sudden you're just being fickle. Listening.
No.
He listened to our points.
Sam, shut up.
And he adjusted his decision.
Me and George speak facts.
Oh, come off
Flip-flop
it.
FC.
Right, we're moving on.
Demolish.
Arsenal.
Demolish.
It begins. No. All right, lads. Let's get it straight. This is the one thing we actually have. Forget the atmospheres for a second and all that stuff. We actually have a good stadium. Like that's the one thing. Give it to us this time.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna fight for it this time. Give it to us. I'm begging you guys. I'm on my knees. Just give it to us.
The inside of the Emirates Stadium is particularly boring, I would say. You know, when you're going in the turnstiles and stuff like that. But
brilliant.
Alex, just
Sam, you're only
for 2 minutes. Alex, just
mate, you're only saying this because
let me finish. Just let me finish my sentence, please. But as I was rudely interrupted, in terms of the pitching, in terms of where the seating is, you know, behind the goal, nearer to the touchline. It's actually, if I had to be neutral, okay, I would say. I'd say it's...
I would actually very much disagree with you in that. And almost the exact opposite. I was going to say the exact opposite. The stadium itself looks really nice, but where the pitch and the people are positioned is terrible.
I was talking about
if you're at the front. The amount of times I've been to the amount of times I've been to the front row at the Emirates, and you're actually below, like I'm eye level with the grass because you're below the pitch.
I hate that.
But that's why I was saying.
That's what I hate about it, because like I've been at the front so many times and I can't see anything.
That's what I was talking about. That area touchline's alright.
Yeah, I hear that, but that's like one row. That's, I mean.
No. I'm not saying, I'm not putting it in demolish or anything. I was joking earlier, but what I'm just saying is that is a big negative for me, is that a lot of fans,
I'd stick it on average,
around the stadium can't really see that well.
I think what's happened here, right? No, I don't want to say average, because I think what's happened here, right, is
no chance.
Obviously, prior to Tottenham's new ground, Arsenal's was, I would say, one of the best. And then you've got your stadium as, oh wow, all these new features here. So like that's why you have to take in perspective. I think I still think it's elite's a far step, but in terms of Premier League grounds and facilities and all that stuff and the way it's built and how it looks, like, come on, I think it's close to elite or good. Like, I don't want to say it's below.
I don't think it's anywhere.
We're not talking about atmosphere here. Let's get it straight. We've got awful atmosphere.
The thing is, with me, I think a stadium's got to really wow me to get into elite. Yeah. With Arsenal, I think it's at least in good. I've been there before.
If you ever been to the Emirates, right? Sorry to cut your thing.
I've been there, yeah.
But if you go to nighttime games, the lights are on and all that stuff, the bridge and all that stuff, I think it's just like, yeah, you've got to put it into good. Elite's far, and I think there's only one stadium or two stadiums that are elite. But we're not talking about atmospheres here. We're taking all that discounted, right? Stadiums itself, look how good it looks. Look at the picture itself, right? Like, I would say good.
No, I just feel like it's very okay. Like, you can't. I don't feel like it reaches a good or elite.
Come off it. Very okay.
What do you want me to say? I didn't say that. I wasn't talking about atmosphere. I did not mention atmospheres once. All I said was the stadium structure is very, very okay. Because like George was saying earlier, yeah, it's very okay. So therefore average.
Oh my god. Average. You're playing Emirates.
I think that's
comments are always on to me for being biased.
If I was biased, I would say demolish stadium.
And now you've got him.
You can't call me biased for that. You just don't like. You just don't like it. I don't rate your stadium. That's all. And I'm saying this is a neutral.
No, because you obviously don't like it with personal
Alright, I'm fine. I'll be absolutely real. Put it in
our
demolish
stadium, right?
If that's what you want me to hear as the biased side.
Demolish stadium. There we go. Look, let's just
have a vote.
I want to get something clear quickly, like, because obviously, like, in my opinion, like, obviously, as a stadium, as a building, it looks nice. Like, I'd admit that. But now, because obviously we're talking very specifically about football stadiums, I think we have to do, like, take into consideration things like how far people are away from the pitch and how that affects, like, the viewing of the football and the football experience a little bit. I'm not saying judge atmospheres, but I'm saying we have to, like, you have to judge it from a fan's perspective going to a game. Is that a good football stadium? That's why it's not in elite for me, but I think I could settle for good.
I think it's close to elite.
Yeah.
But I say good.
Let's put it
really close to elite in my opinion. I think it's good.
I'd say right. Sorry to cut you off there. I think the only reason why it's not elite is because it's Tottenham.
Okay, you know what? I can sort of agree with that in some ways, because obviously when the Emirates came out fresh on day one, people were going to say that was a really nice stadium, this, that, the other. But times change, and so do stadiums. And Tottenham. So yeah, your point is actually pretty valid. Yeah. Actually, I do agree with that.
Cool.
Good.
But I put it on average still.
And we can now move on.
Clip that.
Clip it.
Right,
okay. Aston Villa.
Next stadium. This stadium's got a lot of character. Like, this is one where the top 6 sides, I don't think any of them really have the ultimate character like Aston Villa does. They have history, a lot of that. Not saying that other clubs don't, but Aston Villa in particular. Nah.
Do you know what I like?
I think for me this is the first one in the league. I think it's a proper stadium. It's just,
I like stadiums that got stands, like massive stands.
Yeah.
Even though with the Emirates, I hate that the Emirates, so we don't have a massive stand. And that's why I put Aston Villa good or elite.
I'd put them on good.
I'd put them in elite, definitely.
I think it's weird. I think elite because it's like a proper football stadium.
Proper old school.
It's like one of the best ones. Yeah. The only thing, if I'm being really nitpicky, the only thing I don't like is that they're little gangways. Like where the food and stuff is inside. They're tiny, like tiny areas. Like you can hardly move past people.
Good for a concourse party.
You know what the
issue
is?
Like nitpicky.
The issue is that these photos don't do justice. I'm having to Google it, and I actually do retract my point. I'm gonna put it on elite now that I'm looking at more photos of it. It is a proper football stadium.
It's a proper football
There we
stadium.
go.
All right,
Okay,
Elite is.
Elite. Right, we can now move on to Brighton.
Demolish!
I've never been to Brighton
Nah,
Stadium
come on,
before.
boys. It's
I'm
got-
messing.
it's-
I'm messing.
Nah,
It looks like a.
Do you know what?
looks
Do you know what?
nice.
Do you know what's really?
Thank
Go
you.
on. Do you know? Do you know what's really strange about Brighton Stadium? You can like when you're standing on the outside, you can almost like see in over
You
the
can.
sort of ground because the roof is so low.
That's
But
because it's in the
I
hills.
think-
I think it's quite.
It's in the hills.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think with Brighton, I'd probably
I'd
whack
say
it in average.
average.
Nah,
it's not-
it's
it's
not
not
something
poor.
we have. You guys, I think Arsenal have. We've got proper.
Yeah, you
padded
do.
seats, you know,
Yeah.
proper
The
padded
thing
seats.
about
Yeah.
Brighton
So-
is it looks really class on the outside, but when you go on the inside, there's. Sorry, Josh, but when you go in the inside, there's a tiny bit of disappointment because it's not quite as good as it looks when you're from the outside. But I guess it's
Really?
because of when you're looking at the outside of the stadium, it looks like a
It's
huge
very
capacity
modern,
stadium,
very
but
modern.
When you actually go in, you can see for yourself the capacity is a lot lower, and
I
you
feel
get that
that.
little bit.
I get
Yeah.
that.
No, I can understand that with the away stand and the north stand. No, I can understand that. But it's a very modern stadium. I think. I think it's it might be biased.
Just
but
to
it's
that's in
really
a
good
bloody
looking.
countryside.
It's really weird because it actually just it's hard to explain, but it looks like a seaside stadium. It's really, I don't even know what I mean by that, but it just looks like one. No, because it's like it just feels really open. Like it's just really open.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
just like, oh yeah, you're here for the good weather.
Nothing
and
but
this,
a
that,
bit
and
of
the other.
fish
I don't know,
and
it's hard to
chips.
explain.
No, I think I can actually see what you mean. Oh, mate, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Where are you gonna put it, boys?
Yeah.
I'm slapping it banging average.
The outside of the
Average close to
stadium
good.
is, I would say,
I think
very close to
average
elite. But when you
as
actually
well.
go inside, it's average. That bit of disappointment.
I just think, look, it's a good stadium, but it's not on par with the Emirates, so I can't put it in good for that reason. So,
Yeah, I feel like there's nothing about it that really like wows me, but I do think it's like a decent stadium.
No, I'll
It's the
agree. I'd
average.
say it's average. I'd say it's average.
it's the average.
All right,
Cool.
it is.
All right, cool. That moves us on to
Right.
Burnley.
Right, from one
Demolish!
Oh, it's such a dilemma. I can't decide.
Oh,
the thing
Yeah,
is,
this is
yeah.
tough.
Dilemma.
This is
What
tough.
dilemma
This
you
is-
I
having, mate? It's
think-
going straight demolish, isn't
Oh,
it?
you
Yeah,
didn't
but
get
the
my
thing
sarcasm,
is, you guys see pictures. You guys see pictures of this. I think me and George are like the only ones who've actually been to Burnley, and it's
Yeah.
awful.
Well,
I feel sorry for you
Awful,
lads.
man. The
You
seats
did
are the
it
worst.
twice.
I mean,
Twice.
luckily you don't sit down in the away end anyway. But it like the seats
Yeah,
are just
wouldn't-
terrible. It's, well, I hope
Well,
it's
Josh,
not
you
just
say
away
that
end, but-
we've never been there, whereas you two have been there. But what I will say is, it's clear that the photos do justice. Demolish that ground right now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Burnley. It's
Right.
Burnley, man.
demolish.
Wow,
Yeah,
that was
demolish.
a quick in the
Get
bin.
demolished.
Cool. Okay, we can now move
I'll
on
be
to
honest.
Chelsea then. Boys, this is going to be
As
much as I want to
what?
say demolish.
All right, cool.
I like
What I'd
this.
say though is Stamford Bridge though. I swear you like they've got a very
they
strict
do.
policy of filming. Like a very strict policy. I think they take people's cameras and all that stuff.
in the
What does that
even in the
matter for
away?
stadium?
I reckon it does because that's still
Nah, I
part of
don't
the
think
stadium, isn't it? The facilities and all that stuff. Like it's experience, isn't it? It's still it's not. It's not. It's still part of the stadium.
Yeah, but have you been there?
Yes, I have.
Okay, fair enough.
Are we judging like purely just the stadium or like the
So,
near
I'm looking-
vicinity around it? Because my
Yeah, we're not
argument
ranking
is
the vlogging experiences too, Babs.
no, because just
Yeah,
just what I
yeah,
mean
I'm
is
looking at the
Vloggers
outside
matter.
of the stadium right
No,
now.
but what-
And there's one bit of it which looks like, yeah, you're going and it's outside of a stadium. But then there's other bits where there's just like fancy little bit of blocks and buildings. It looks like you're either going into a hotel or Harrods or
Yeah.
something.
no, but this is my point. No, this
From-
is my point.
from
It's
the out-
surrounded by buildings. It's like surrounded
It's-
by. So you
it's
can't
a
even
bit
see
weird.
the stadium from a lot of angles. That's my point of like.
In my opinion, from the outside, it doesn't really look like a football
Well,
stadium.
it
just looks
depends
like a
what
massive
angle you
green.
look
Depends
at
what
it,
stand you're going
like,
from, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's because it's hidden. That's my point. It's like it's hidden by a lot of the hotels and stuff
Yeah.
nearby, which is a bit. I feel like that we got to consider that a little
I'll
bit.
be
but
honest
it's not
though,
a
when
bad
you actually
stadium.
go in terms
So-
of the layout of a stadium and how close it is to the pitch, I'd say it's good. And I don't normally say this for Chelsea at all because everyone knows my stance on Chelsea Football
it's-
Club, but the stadium in itself is actually good.
Say
Well,
that again,
Chelsea,
please.
Well,
Clip number two.
well, at least you're seeing a very neutral and honest side. No bias.
Tame. Yeah. No, I
Alright,
think I
alright.
agree
What
with
are we
that.
putting
I
them?
think it's
Where are we
a
putting them?
good stadium.
To be completely honest, I'd put them in.
Average.
I think I think the fact that we've got Emirates in good, I can't put them par with
They're not
Emirates.
good if you compare it to Emirates, then yeah.
I'd put them in average probably. It's not a bad stadium. I don't know. It is good.
It's
and
on the
it's
brink.
not.
It's
There's
in
good things
between.
about it. And there's,
No, I've been
Yeah.
once. I think it's good. I think it's
The
good.
thing is, like, I think the seating positions for obviously a top team pretty close to the pitch.
Yeah,
I think
close
is a
to the
plus. So there seems to always be like, well, obviously I've only experienced it as a Spurs fan, and obviously the big rivalry anyway. So, like, you know, on those days, the stadium's like it's good to be that close to the pitch kind of thing.
Just a quick honourable
Well,
mention.
let's
though.
whack it in
I
good.
think good.
Whack it in good.
Here, this, like, that would ruin Stamford Bridge. It looks like
What is
those
that?
things where you slice your eggs or something.
What is
So-
that is
Man,
Oh
it's like a
yeah,
bowl.
Yeah.
they haven't had
Alright,
the planning
let's move
permission
on.
for that for a
Let's
while.
move on. Put them in good and move on.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, okay, so the next one is Crystal Palace.
Oh boy,
Okay.
oh,
It's a
boy.
difficult one.
The
Chris.
most I
think
know about Crystal
it's
Palace
It's got to be
Stadium.
low down.
All I know about Crystal Palace Stadium.
You know what?
Oh
If
yeah,
you
it's
are in the away
awful.
end and you're right at the back,
It's
it's
horrible.
shocking.
It's awful.
Like,
So
you
It's
can't see a
restricted view.
thing.
I've never been
not
Palace
missing
away.
out.
All I've seen is that Smith video when he covered it. So that's all I've seen, to be honest.
All I'm gonna say is, like, if I want to go to Crystal Palace, I need to stay protected because it's that dirty and horrible. All right.
Did he actually have
Get your gloves
He's
on.
got gloves on.
Yeah, I'd
Like,
stick
it's-
it on
it's
poor
not good.
because
It's
if we're
disgusting.
taking away atmosphere, you know, the
That's being generous,
the
mate.
view in the away end, because I've been there myself, is shocking.
Yeah, I've been a few times.
Can we,
It's
can we
also
not just put them
a
in
little
good
bit of a
just put some
clumsy.
Josh
It's a
Rowe?
bit of a clumsy design as well for a stadium. Like there's one end of it, like the Homestell, I think it's called, which looks like a proper stadium, and then you go to the back and it's literally just like a very low
Proper
tier
stadium.
ground directly opposite. So it's a little bit clumsy, the design.
And the entrances are trash as well.
It's awful, mate. Let's put in
The entrances
ones
are just
and
like
move
one.
No, I'd stick it on Paul.
Stadium, whoa.
Boys, please. Boys, hook me up, please.
No,
I've been
because
so
Salah's
nice to
part.
you
Oh yeah.
I've
He's
been
right.
so
He's right.
nice.
He has been nice. So he's been
Elite.
nice to us. So let's put him in good.
Boys, please. Please.
Oh yeah, I personally think elite. You know, like, I don't know.
George, you know what? Let's have a vote.
You know
then, eh?
what? I'm all up for a bit of Brexit stuff.
No,
I'll put him in demolish. Nah,
going for
Let's
elite?
have it. Let's have it. God, what are you putting?
On a real.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
no.
poor. I think.
We
Oh, I'm joking. Josh,
Nah.
Alright,
we can't, we
be
can't.
honest. Come on, George Semple.
Paul, I say Paul as well.
Poor.
I put him in poor, yeah.
All right.
Right, Brighton's
Cool.
better.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
the
main thing, but I wanted him to.
There you go. You've got your dub of the.
That's
of the
fine. We
video.
got a
That's
dub.
what
Thank
needed.
you.
Oh, don't tell me the next one is.
Right.
Oh no, it is.
Everton.
Demolish.
The away end is
My-
horrible, mate.
My
It's
one
disgusting.
experience of
Goodison
Everton,
Park.
my one experience of Everton, obviously like, just my biased experience of it, but I was sat right at the back and I could not see a thing.
Yeah, the
I
poles
was
in
better
the
off
way.
watching it at home. Like, I couldn't see anything. I had to keep going, ducking up, like... I was like, nah, man, I'm sorry, like, how can you be in 2020 and have a stadium that has restricted views? It doesn't go through my... And they've got rich owners as well now, like... Nah, man, I just...
They've got.
They've got like poles, don't
They've
they?
got
Yeah.
a good aesthetically nice looking stadium, right? Realistically, from the outside
It's
and the
alright,
inside.
it's not a fake...
No, but
I think so anyway.
For me, I think it's a good football stadium.
Yeah, good
but
character
the problem
again.
is, if you're at the back or at the left of the away end, they have a net up as well to
Yeah,
stop you
yeah.
from like throwing stuff into the home fans. So that obviously restricts some view for one of the goals. And like you said, the poles in the way. So for me, that brings it from good to average. I think it's
say
a good
average.
stadium, good football stadium,
not.
but
The
the,
thing is,
the
we-
restricted
we're
view
talking
brings
about
it
it.
down.
Now, the point I was saying earlier, though, and this brings me back to Bournemouth, is that, okay, it's not a good stadium, but it still has that old-fashioned element of a stadium. Us as a Premier League league in itself, we're just becoming a bit too modern, a bit too touristy. You want to see, like, these old-fashioned stadiums to still see
Yeah, definitely.
football for the way it is. And so for that reason, with Everton, I'm just going to stick it on average, because we're just commenting as away fans, but as a home fan, you could still be near the pitch, you can have a good view. I think it's a bit unfair to judge it based on the away end.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, of
Cool
course.
then. Put him in
I
average, move on.
think average as well.
I
Average,
said
yeah.
average too.
Sweet.
Alright, and now,
Leicester.
next up, Leicester City.
Two Fox.
Leicester
Where you at?
City.
Where you at, Two Fox?
Foxy.
It's not a great stadium.
Do you know what? Yeah, thing is, I've
think it's
probably
alright.
got the best experience out of all you guys here because I actually got that the thing experience when I went to there was like a charity match there. So I got to
yeah, I
meet
remember.
the insides outsides, and it's nothing special. It's a family club, innit? Like, that's what I feel. Like, every time I go Leicester, it's like a family vibe. There's nothing, atmosphere about it. But it's not.
I still think it's quite nice though. Like inside.
It's a nice stadium. It's a nice looking stadium.
I think
that's the thing.
I think the fact where it's the same as Southampton, the same as a lot of other people who've designed stadiums like Leicester. It's not unique. It's not original. It's the same as other stadiums, and I think that brings my rating down a bit, to be honest.
It's just a blue St Mary's.
But that's why I put it slap bang in the middle, though.
It's nothing special whatsoever.
There's nothing wrong.
It's bang average, in my opinion.
Bang average. I don't think you can get any more average.
Yeah, it's a decent stadium, but it's not an Emirates or Stamford Bridge.
No,
definitely
Or Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
I bet if True Foxes would be like, elite.
Wow.
So what? Average.
I think average.
I think that is the quickest amount of time we've ever spoken about Leicester on the Offsiders.
That's right. All right.
Right. That's class. Right. Liverpool.
Liverpool.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a massive fan of the stadium.
Do you know what? Yeah, I actually haven't been Anfield.
Neither.
You're not.
I've never been Anfield. But what I'd say is, even it's still better than Goodison Park. I know that for a fact. So if we're putting them in average, Goodison Park, we have to put Liverpool either good or elite. So that's down to you guys, isn't it?
I'm definitely.
I
saying
personally
elite.
think elite. Yeah,
I think elite.
Yeah, I'd say elite.
I like their extension.
Right? Why I say elite is because they've got like that massive tier, the cop, right?
Yeah,
it's old school. They've got the flags, and it's like, that's why I put elite.
It's a bit of a legendary stadium.
They've got that stand. No, but they've got that stand though, innit? Put it this way. What's the most? It's probably the most, iconic stand in the Premier League. So you have to put the elite.
Definitely, I agree.
I think it's.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
It's maybe overrated. It's maybe overrated. I hear that.
All right, if we're looking at a stand alone,
that's
fair enough.
though.
Yeah, but in actual games, it's pretty disappointing. Like it's.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but that's to do with the atmosphere, not the actual stadium itself. I think the stadium itself is like.
Yeah, no, I'll accept the
stadium.
Is a
Big size,
outside of
got
it
the big
too.
stand. The outside is pretty decent.
It's old and it's got fixed in. All right. Is that Old Trafford then?
So that's Liverpool in elite. And United is next. Man United.
I like it.
Yeah, I've been there 3 times. It's not bad, is it? It's quite big.
Theatre of dreams.
I think if I was being really nitpicky, I hate the fact that they haven't got any screens and they're the tiniest thing you've ever seen.
That's a great shout.
Oh, and parking as well. Parking was the worst outside that stadium.
Oh yeah.
What do you expect?
Old Trafford for me. It's a tough one. I think it's at least in good. Well. It's got to be at least good.
Definitely at least good.
I would say.
But I don't know if it can get into that elite tier. I don't think it quite wows me enough.
I think it can.
It can because Man United Old Trafford is literally the historical stadium of one of the biggest clubs in English football, and you can't ignore that because you still see the old-fashioned sense of Old Trafford as a football ground as well.
Old Trafford, yeah.
So
I think if we put in Liverpool in elite, I think Man United should be in elite too.
Elite though, nah, not elite.
No,
it needs to be
in my opinion anyway.
We'll have a vote.
I'd say good. Go on, let's have a vote. Go on, who's going first?
All right, I'll vote for elite.
Oh, go on, Sam. Elite, alright. George?
I think it's on par with Liverpool. It's the same thing. Same reasoning. Everything's the same.
Alex?
Yeah.
I've only been once, and from when I went, it was good, but I don't think it wowed me as it did with some others.
Josh?
So.
Yeah, I'm going to say elite. Same as Liverpool and
elite.
George.
Okay,
elite
cool. Put it in
whatever
elite.
It is, look, all I care is Arsenal elite title there, so we'll put whatever it wants.
Right, cool. We're gonna move on to Man City, boys.
But no, listen. Before we get into Man City, right? It's a stadium, not the fans, because people.
That's true.
I've been to the stadium. We obviously were there last year in the football thing, blogging awards, and there's so many things around it. I think there's a fan park, wherever it is, like. I'd say good at least. Come on, it's not on.
Man City.
I think I have to agree with you, to be honest.
It's got so much. It's a very modern day stadium. It's got a lot of good things around it.
It's similar to the Emirates in terms of the shape, like the whole fact that like the stands kind of do the wave thing. You know how it's like rounded, every stand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Same as Emirates that way, and I think.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Making fans and everything out of it.
Should we whack it in good?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on then.
Good.
Go on, let's do it.
Go on then. Right, Newcastle up the Geordies.
Proper stadium.
The Geordies.
It's got to be an elite.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Because of the staircase. The lads, the staircase.
Yeah,
The
Mate,
staircase.
it's good fitness.
But that's
mate,
what
it's
makes
good
it
fitness.
iconic in a
Have any-
way.
have-
I
have
know
any-
I
staircase-
complain about it. I know I
staircase
complain about
makes
it.
it
But
iconic.
it's
Look,
it's
when
the
I go
fact
to
it's,
football
like,
games,
massive.
I go to watch football, not to lose weight. So,
I'm sorry, you cannot put this stadium in a league when you look at the design.
Of course you
How? Yes, you
can't.
can.
Why?
Because
That stadium's got history.
No, because the stadium again, we're talking
it was
about the
even called the
appearance.
Sports Direct
Let me-
Arena for once.
Let me
bloody
just.
hell.
All right,
for a
Mike
second.
Ashley,
We're
Jesus
looking
Christ.
at appearances of stadium as well, right? Well, that isn't
Yeah.
a good appearance to me. One side of it looks like a massive stadium, then the other half of it just looks like it's a old-fashioned, very single-tier low ground, if that's what you call it.
Yeah, but have you
like
been
a
into that
Brentford
stadium?
stadium sort of. No,
Have
I'm
you
looking
been
at
in the
both.
stadium?
It
Have you
doesn't
been?
matter if I've
The-
been on. Look.
Yeah, it
No,
does. It
because
does.
my argument for the whole where you're saying the big stand or whatever is that what's class about having that big stand is when you're at there, because that's where the away fans are. Well, near where the away fans are. You can see the whole of Newcastle. You can see the city.
I'm not
yes,
saying
you
it's
can.
a bad
Bridge,
stadium.
It's
yeah.
phenomenal.
Wow.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's a
Phenomenal.
bad stadium, but you cannot put a stadium with this sort of appearance on Elite just because.
Well, I am.
But that's
But
the whole
then all of a
point.
sudden we're
there was
talking
nothing,
about-
You're saying there was nothing unique about it, and I think
Is it better?
it's
Look,
unique
okay,
in
cool,
a
cool,
good
hang on,
way.
hang on, right.
Like,
It's not better than the Emirates. It's not better than Stamford Bridge, and it's not better than the Etihad. So how does it go into league?
Yeah, okay. I think
We were literally
Alright,
talking
alright.
about the hang on. We were literally talking about Stamford Bridge of the way it looked outside. So I'm doing the exact same thing for St James's Park. The outside.
yeah, but
look
I think
just
yeah, but I
isn't
think
good.
but I've been there a few times, and I actually think the outside of it looks really
Yes.
nice.
Yes.
Well,
I
Same.
actually think it looks really
Like
a really
this
good
is the thing
football
where
stadium.
you can't really compare
Yeah.
about being there. Like me and George have been there. And we know, and I think it maybe Alex too.
I've been
like
there. Yeah.
we know the outside of it too, and I think it's phenomenal. I think I'd definitely go there again if I had a chance. But
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
I'd
say at least
I think-
definitely.
For me, it's the same
It's
reason
got-
as Aston
not
Villa.
elite.
The whole,
and
old
it's got a lot of
stadiums,
character
unique.
to it. A lot of character to it. That's something the Emirates lack. They haven't got character. Like
Right, so are we talking about
Character,
character now?
it's
So I thought we were
only
just
been
looking
open.
at the
character is
stadium
part of a
itself.
stadium.
What
Character
do you mean?
part
Character
of a
is
stadium.
part of the state. Character is how it
Are
looks.
you mad?
What-
You've
what-
done
what-
loads
Alright,
of-
fine, alright.
That's literally what we're
I thought
basing
we
it
were talking
on.
about
Right, cool.
atmosphere. I thought you meant character.
Hang on,
Sam,
hang on,
No,
Sam,
no,
We'll get into it in a
Sam,
second.
Sam,
I'll hold it for a
Sam,
second. Hold it. Go on,
I'd like
keep
you to
saying.
calm down.
Shut up, Alex. You calm
Take a
down.
deep breath.
We need to
Elite.
I'd
leave.
put them in elite.
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 I'll just put it on good, to be honest with you. We can
That's what it
agree
is.
to disagree.
So we got.
All right,
three
elite.
for
In the next. Oh,
Right,
Norwich.
Norwich, chat Porridge.
I'm so bored of going to that stadium and seeing it.
Mate,
Nah,
it's shocking. It is actually. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a town fan, but they've got a Holiday Inn right
yeah.
in the corner of the stadium.
Mate, that's
Oh,
class.
yeah.
You can.
A little
That's a
bit of
free ticket,
bias.
innit?
No, it's not
You
biased.
get, you,
Is
get,
it?
you get a room with maybe your missus.
Sam,
and
don't
work
talk
for the
about bias.
weekend,
Mate,
you get a
that
free ticket.
hotel's
I
got
know
more
exactly what's
atmosphere.
not a film. Oh yeah.
I'm looking at
So
it
the
right
mate-
now. I'd say it's actually alright. I wouldn't say it's terrible. I wouldn't say it was shocking.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that either.
I'd say it's definitely better than Ipswich's stadium, no shadow of a doubt.
Oh, shut up! You've never been to Ipswich, mate.
Don't plan to either.
Right, to be honest, I think the hotel had more action than the stadium. So
What
I
poor
don't know if we can
average.
really base it off of
Love that.
off of the hotel next to it.
What are we putting them, dude? What are we putting them?
I don't know. I was there earlier this year. I didn't think there was. It was reminded me of Crystal Palace's stadium. It was very, very
Yeah, there you go.
similar.
So there
They've
you
got
go.
restricted
It's
views.
poor.
So I would put it in poor as well.
Poor.
I'm gonna put it on elite. That's my vote.
Are you actually? Are you actually being
Wait,
serious?
is that genuine?
I'm
No, you're not. What?
What's your
my vote.
reasoning?
No, you-
Excuse
what's
me.
your
You're
reasoning?
literally just saying that to try and piss me off.
Right, lads, let's do it. Let's all do it.
Calm down.
Alright, elite. I'd say
Elite's
elite as
right.
well. I'd say elite as well then.
Oh my god!
George, join
are
the
you
party.
Come on,
Josh, join the
let's
party.
spoil the vote. Elite.
No,
Nah,
no,
nah,
I'm
nah,
actually
nah,
gonna.
Josh, join the party.
You can't put it. You can't
Oh,
put it in.
Alex,
elite.
why are you going
Sam,
red?
Sam,
It's
you're just here to wind me
Alex,
up,
bro,
mate.
why are you going red?
I'm not going
What's
red.
Face is
going on?
very red.
I think we caught one.
You're changing colours like a chameleon. Calm down, mate. Calm down.
Oh wow!
Alright, yeah, cool. Let's be honest. Put them in poor and move on. They're not really that good.
I'd say
yeah,
average.
Nah, my vote stays elite.
I'm gonna keep
What
it
you-
poor.
What are you saying,
Bang
bro?
average football stadium.
I just think having a Holiday Inn on the side,
It's
like.
an elite stadium.
And have any of you seen their screen as well? How it, like,
Oh, the goal music too. Oh,
yeah, the I don't know. I'd put it in poor. I wouldn't put it.
poor.
Oh, well, that's
That's
three
a
of us
poor.
in poor. So
Right.
four of
Okay,
us.
I think
okay,
if I
hold
put
on,
it-
I'll change that.
Yeah.
Right.
Forgot about the goal music
Sorry,
in the
it is.
screen.
Sheffield United, isn't it?
Sheffield
Oh,
United.
that's another-
what
that's
stadium.
another proper
I
old
actually
school
love.
stadium.
I actually love the stadium. Eglisting good for me.
Personally, I've
got a
never
bit of
been.
character. Has any of you been to Sheffield
It's
United?
the only one I've been
not.
to, and Villa.
I was looking forward to going.
None of you have
but
been.
now I
Wait,
can't.
so none of you have been?
Nope, I have not.
I'm the only one. I'm the only one.
Tell us your opinion,
well,
mate.
there's
Go
a
on.
reason
Talk
for
to
that.
us.
I've seen pictures and that's about it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I put it. For me, I put it in good because it's got character. It's quite an old stadium. The location's quite nice as well. For me, I'd put it in at least good. I mean, I know it's not.
Here. There's polls.
Yes, there is polls.
So does that mean the
I mean, that
rating
can-
goes down?
But to be fair, a lot of older
it
ones
could-
do. Aston Villa does, I think. Like, I think they've all got polls just because
Yeah,
that's
but-
the only way they could have supported the stands
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
we
for
spoke a lot
structure.
about polls on Everton. Oh, no, I'm looking at the polls now. There's a whole tier of it.
What are you putting them in?
No, I'll allow it. I'll allow the polls, but I just want to.
From my
In fact, no. I think to be honest, I'd put it in average. I can't put it on par with Stamford Bridge and Arsenal.
Yeah, but that's why
I don't
there's
know,
good.
though.
The thing
I
is,
don't know.
I think it's good. I think it's good.
from the little knowledge I can comment on, I feel like it's good because it's obviously not as modern as what like the Emirates and the Etihad are and stuff. But I do feel like as a football stadium, in the same way we had the arguments for Aston Villa being like a classic football stadium.
Yes.
I do feel
Yeah.
Sheffield United Stadium has that. And
A lot of character.
I feel like it's better. I think it's better than Leicester Stadium,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
definitely better than Everton's, which is why I would say good. But it would be like at the bottom of good. If that made sense. Like
Yeah,
if I could do it that way.
Put them in good, and we'll move on
Sweet.
to Southampton.
We don't even need to
Well,
talk about this. Just put them in
If
average.
you stick Leicester on average, we're sticking
Yeah, it's
Southampton
like-
on average.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
literally the same
There you go,
stadium
yeah.
with different colour.
Copy and paste.
Yeah.
Bang.
100%.
There you
He's
go,
red, so
put
maybe he
them in
deserves to go and
average.
think, but
There's nothing we can say. on
All right,
that.
here we go,
And
then.
we now
And we
move
move
on
on.
to Spurs.
Well, you're going to
Oh,
have to
I
stick
want to hear everyone else's first. I want to hear everyone
What I'd
else's
say
first.
though,
Me
what
and
I'd
Sam
say though,
first.
I've been there.
let me speak first, right? I'm gonna get my thing like
Go
this.
on,
right?
get the Arsenal fan
How
out.
long-
of
wait,
the way.
how-
I was more than down to put this in the league, and I still am,
Okay.
to be honest. The only thing I hate though is every other stadium talk about character and character and character and character. Where's the character in this stadium?
Are you mad?
I think
You
it's
what
the
character? You're
it's
talking
the
about
opposite
if
of
you
what
say
you're
the Emirates
saying.
got
Let's
character.
speak. Let's speak.
You have
let's
got
speak.
in
Let's
the Tottenham
speak.
Hotspur Stadium a single tier stand that is larger than Bournemouth.
So wait, no, hang on.
How
hang on.
can you
wait,
say-
So wait, no. Wait, that's not character. That's just a stand. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
but- yeah,
characters
but
like
it's
I
got
thought this
good
wasn't
character
about
for a stand.
capacity.
you don't get
Okay,
character
yeah.
after one season or 2 seasons. Character. Look at all the other stadiums in the league right now: Villa Park, Old Trafford, Liverpool, Anfield, sorry, and St James's Park. They've all
But
got character.
I feel like you,
Yeah,
I
but
feel
they're
like
all
you have to
different.
be
They're
there
all
though,
different.
Babs, because honestly, like trying to be as unbiased as possible. It's probably the only big stadium apart from maybe Liverpool and potentially Old Trafford. But it's probably one of the only big stadiums that you actually feel so close to the pitch, and like when you're inside, everything feels so close together, which is what you want for a football stadium, because that's in turn what could be.
The only reason I said that is because you guys were on about character. And I don't see character. It's a good stadium. It's a very good stadium. It's obviously the facilities are elite, right? Elite stadium in terms of facility wise. But you were on about character. I want to see if you hold the same energy for this. But is what it is.
The thing is, I think it's very different to the other elite stadiums. You know, it's so obviously. How long has it been made for?
Not
now?
even
how
a
long?
year.
Not even a year. No, it has been. Yeah, it's been a year since we've opened it.
Oh, it has now.
Demolish
yeah.
it. I'm joking.
Right, as I've been there.
Go on.
Right,
I,
as I've been there, like you can see, right. Okay, we talk about character, we talk about this, but I think the aesthetic looks of this from the outside and inside overshadow what the character and all this
It's
bollocks
new.
means.
That's
you know?
all it is, bro. That's the only reason it gets into.
Mate, no,
It's new.
mate. The outside of it, so I think we played Tottenham on a night game or something. But everything about it just looked
light show.
unbelievable.
Yeah, because it's
The
new.
The light
If it's-
show,
if it
like
wasn't
the
look-
beers inside, like the concourse from my seat.
No,
the
I'm not
view,
saying it's a bad
it's
stadium.
the
man.
ultimate
it's
away
an
day
elite stadium.
experience.
It is an elite stadium. I'll say that clearly, right? I just think, come on, man. Like, if you're on about character, I'm just making excuses. I'm joking.
What's wrong?
playing
No,
elite-
just genuine question. What's wrong with the stadium being so modern and new?
There's nothing wrong with it. I was just trying to find something, but I'm holding on.
He's trying to really
Find
nitpick,
something
but realizes.
Oi, Babs, you took
He
it
tried,
out,
he
mate.
tried.
Oh, look at you and the L's, man. You shut up, man. Wait, hang on. Let's put Ipswich Stadium. Actually, hang on. They're not in the Premier League, so shut up.
It had to come out. It had to come out eventually.
Haven't heard that one before.
Right, so
But yeah, cool. Put him elite.
I think we can all agree elite. I think
Yeah,
Sam and I don't really
yeah,
need to say anything, to be honest.
Yeah.
Babs, do you want
that's
to just
fine.
repeat
George
that
and
again? That
Sam never
sentence?
say anything.
Put what in elite?
Oh,
Wait,
Sam,
hang
put
on.
your phone
Do you know
away.
I put elite? Here's my reason for putting elite. I swear there's still pot of white or lane on that, isn't it? They still
Oh,
play
here we
White
go.
Hart
I know
Lanes.
what I was going to say.
Here we go.
Right.
What's
And
the
we
title?
won the
What's
league
title?
at White Hart Lanes. So put them in the league, lads. Put them in the league.
We're not going to start.
Right, we're moving on. We're moving on.
on.
Boys, we're moving on. All right, enough of Spurs. Watford.
No,
is the next
I
team.
don't like the stadium. I think
Watford.
the outside too, the inside with the red and yellow. No.
Red and yellow.
Bit of a dump, isn't it?
I don't like it.
I think it's.
I love
I don't
it.
know. I've been there a few. I've been there a few
Same.
times.
Been there
Um,
twice.
I quite actually like this stadium.
I
I don't know. There's just something about Watford I like, and I
The
don't
shopping
know what
centre?
it is.
I don't know.
I'd
Like,
put-
I don't think
No.
there's enough. I don't think there's enough to put it in demolished stadium. Though.
nah, that's something I'll agree
no.
with.
I don't think it has too many like negative characteristics.
Put it on poor.
Like,
Move on.
but that's why I think poor's
Yeah,
Poor.
yeah, poor.
It's
Okay.
not a good
Alright,
stadium
fair
at all. So
Yeah, and it's
Oh.
not what I wanted to demolish.
All right, fair enough. Okay,
Demolies.
well that now leads us on to the next team, West
Oh,
Ham.
Olympics FC.
Oh,
Right.
I just, I think
demolish.
it's, oh,
It's not a football stadium. It's not a
It's
football
the Olympics.
stadium. It's an
The problem
Olympics.
with
It's
West
You
not.
are
Ham
10
Stadium
million
is
miles away
that
from the pitch.
it's so bad that even the security work was exposed there because you cannot control football fans in a sort of stadium like that. The view is shocking as it is. I mean, you're literally seeing a running track in front of you before you can see the goal line. You need your pair of binoculars. Yeah, this stadium just ain't great at all. Demolish it.
Which one? How many of you guys have been? How many guys have been?
Yeah, I've been there twice.
I've-
Once.
I've
Yeah,
been,
so
yeah.
you know the
Twice,
fact that
twice,
when.
twice.
But how can
I've been once,
two
yeah.
stands? How can not the stands, but like the lower and upper tier be separated by about 100 meters?
Oh, that's
It's got like a massive opening between
Yes,
like the
just
lower
split it
and
off.
upper tier, which is like, and then you're 100 meters away from the actual pitch itself. so it's like
West
It's
Ham
such
have
a
gone from such
bad
a stadium
football
bowling
stadium.
ground to this. It's like,
Upton Park and Bowling Green could have been elite. That could have been up in elite, but they sold their soul
Yeah.
for quite literally a shithole.
could
So
have been demolished,
it's
I
like,
guess.
I've
I've got strong feelings about it. So
I don't know. I think it's harsh to put it into
No,
mine.
on,
Not
it's
at all.
It's not a
Put
football
them all
stadium.
What, because
It's not
because
a proper
new.
stadium at all.
It's like-
It's
not.
not
You can't
designed
see
for a
anything, man.
stadium.
Come on.
So that's
Yeah,
why
man.
it's getting demolished.
Even
because
West Ham
it
fans
doesn't-
hate it. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you man was saying that Bournemouth isn't a proper stadium. Well,
Yeah,
this
man.
is more of a not
I-
proper stadium.
That's
It
why I'm
just
sticking to
isn't.
my
Let's
point.
move on.
It's Olympic.
Okay.
That's why I'm sticking to it. I agree.
Demolish.
Fair
Move
enough.
on to Wolves.
Demolish
Oh, I
it
think
is.
demolish.
Final
Wow.
one.
Wolves. Wolves is actually I think it's up there.
I
think
think
it's up
it's
there.
elite.
Border's good and elite, I'd say.
Yeah.
Elite.
Elite.
I think
Do you know what?
it's
Do you know what the problem is? That I don't think it.
No.
The only reason why I don't think it goes into elite, right? And I don't know if this is more just taking the fans kind of thing. Well, there's two things for me. One is I find it really, really, really frustrating that they spread the away fans all
Oh, yeah,
along
yeah.
that lower tier, like all the way across
That's the only thing.
the thing, because it's so poor
Yeah.
from an away fan's
Yeah.
perspective to be stretched out that much. But that's just tactical, so we can't really create atmosphere. The second thing is
Yeah.
that they have massive, massive gaps between the stands, like huge open spaces, and you can't see it in the picture that we've got here. If you've ever been to the Molineux, one of their stands to the right, they've actually extended it, so they've put in filler seats, but with no cover above it.
No roof.
So when we went, when it was raining, everyone that sat there had to have ponchos on because they were just in the open corner.
Poor
So
hospitality.
that's why it kind of drops down from elite for me, to be honest with you.
I'd say good, then, innit? It's
Okay.
good, I guess.
I'd put it in elite. It's
at
got to
least
be
good.
elite.
I'm
good,
saying
mate.
elite because I think the outside of it, the inside, you know, I think the city or town, whatever they are, I think it's quite nice to be honest. So I like it. I like it.
I'd give it good. It's a good stadium. Good football vibe there. I'll give it.
I will put it in good, but I think
Okay.
I think it's like very good, top of good,
Okay,
very
fair
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
very good. Yeah.
So with that being said, guys, that is the tier list in there. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? And how would you rank them? Smash the like button. 349 likes, was it, George?
349, that is correct.
Right, yeah. Subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and yeah, guys, we'll see you next time in a bit.